G'day guys, back again. We've got a 1996 Toyota Landcruiser FZJ80, I think it is. We've got a 4.5 litre petrol engine in it, and it's coming today for a check engine light on that flashes up under load. So apparently we can just make it happening standing still. So if I give it a rev here standing still, and let's see what happens. Okay, it's not happening now, but I'll see if I can keep getting it to do it, and let's see what happens. And if it does come on, we're going to find out how we can check codes on this old girl and see what codes come up, and then go from there. Oh, there we go. Check engine light is on. So, alright, now we know we've got a code. We've confirmed the customer's complaint. Let's go find out how we check these codes, and let's see what's in the system. Alrighty, we connected up on the T1 and the E1, so let's go inside and let's have a look at the codes. Alright, so let's count these flashes, look at the check engine light. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. So that's code 22. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 52. 1, 2, 2, 2. Okay, so it's 22 and 52. Let's go have a look at where these codes are and let's check them out. Okay, we had a chat to the customer, and apparently the code 22 for the coolant temp sensor was a history code that's been repaired, and now the just a hard code in the system. But our 52 for the knock sensor 1 is a hard fault that keeps coming back, which is what you're seeing when we give the engine a rev. These have two sensors, one in the front, one in the back of the block. So what we're going to do is, so what I have done is I've connected up the scope to the front one. It's very hard to get you under there to see, and I've got my Phil's probe down on the back one. So let's get the scope started and let's give it a rev. Let's replicate what we were doing in the driver's seat, and then see if we can see what both sensors are doing on the scope. We want to obviously check, are the sensors producing a signal at the sensor end? If they are, we want to see if the signal's making it to the PCM end, and then we're just going to decide what we have to do from there. So first, let's check these sensors. Okay, so we've got the scope hooked up. We know we've got a good connection with our connect detect at the bottom. Our blue channel is knock sensor 1, and our red channel is knock sensor 2. So let's give it a rev, like replicating the driver's seat like I said before, and let's see what happens. Alright, so let's stop that. Let's go back a couple of screens. You can see there that we've got knock sensor number 2 with some activity, and we've got knock sensor 1 with pretty much 0 activity. There we go, you can see knock sensor 2 is working great, and knock sensor 1 is just a bit of a shit show, to be honest with you. But let's zoom in a little bit, let's get a closer look at what we can see. And if you can see our red channel for knock sensor 2, you know we've got a really good signal there. Knock sensor 1 is terrible. So it's pretty clear this knock sensor is not working. What we're going to do is we're going to find out if we can get some knock sensors for this. This has done 400,000 Ks already, so I think we're going to put both sensors in it. We'll speak to the customer, try and get genuine ones, and then we'll put them in, and then we'll redo this test. As you can see, we're on 5-volt scales, so we'll do it exactly the same as we did before. 5-volt scale and 20 milliseconds per division. So we'll test it again once we get it together. Alright, so both are out. Basically I had to get this sort of setup to get in there. I took the 12mm off that holds the dipstick so I could get in there, and down the back there is actually not that bad to get to. Just it feels a little bit tight, so hopefully you had your Wheaties in the morning when you try to get these off. But anyway, new ones are coming in. Once they're in, we'll stick them in, and then we'll recheck the scope and see what happens. New sensors just arrived. That's the part number for them, so let's put them in and get the scope connected back up, and let's see what we get. We are plugged in, new sensors in, scope is connected up. You can see connect detect, we're on green, so let's go start the car up and see what we get. So really we don't need to let this run up or anything. We saw that the knock sensor wasn't producing any signal at all before, so we want to make sure that our new sensor is producing a signal and they sort of match their sort of amplitude. Obviously different areas are going to knock a little bit differently, and that's why we've probably got 2 knock sensors. But anyway, as long as they're very similar when we rev it, then that's all we're hoping for. So let's go have a quick look at the scope, just give it a rev and have a look. So if you remember, I know it's a bit confusing, but the red channel was number 2 and the blue channel was number 1. I should have them the other way around to make it a little bit easier on the eye, but whatever. You can see what's going on. So let's give it a rev. Let's stop that. That already looks like it's fixed to me, but let's just go back a couple of waveforms and have a bit of a better look at. We'll just zoom in a little bit so we can see there. Let's grab the zoom and look at that, pretty good. And you can see there that knock sensor 2, these are genuine sensors. Knock sensor 2 is got a little bit more amplitude on the back. Number 1's good, so what we want to do now is just go for a drive, make sure all is good. We've definitely got a signal there, and let's go for a drive and see how we go. Successful road test, and obviously doing it at idle as well like we've done before, and it's all good, it's all passed. So this job is done and that's a fix. So thanks for watching guys, and see you next time.